Hello everybody, my name is Pooks and welcome back to another installment of the Pooks Cast. Today I'm joined by my guest host, good friend, Rec Room YouTuber who's almost up to 30,000 subscribers, SoulFoxGaming. I'm so happy that he's on the show with me today.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Yes, now for those of you who follow me or SoulFox and are on either of our Discords and such, you may know that just recently I was on the first episode of SoulFox's podcast, the Soulcast. You can watch that in the link in the description below. It'll be one of the links down there, so make sure to go check that out and give SoulFox some love, because I had a blast being on his podcast, kind of being the lab rat to see what works for his first episode, so that was a ton of fun. Now, like normal, we are going to head on over to Discord and answer some of your questions. Here we go. Alright, over on Discord, our first question comes from Snug Pig. They ask us, what is our favorite Rec Room update? Now I'm going to throw this one over to Soul, as he's my guest, to answer first.
Okay. I like the resizing update. I thought it was a lot of fun. I made a little skip with it. You know, you get to resize jugs and mugs and all that, but you still couldn't pour liquid in them. That was the one thing that got me about that update. You still can't put liquid in the giant mugs. I think that's fixed now, but you know, back then that was like the one thing that got me. I was like, you could have just let the water flow in. Just let it flow in. But yeah, I thought that was kind of a cool update. People kind of do a lot with it, so I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Thinking back, I think one of my favorite updates, kind of having fun, just in my opinion, was when they added the hybrid locomotion, which was the step before they added walk mode. Because as someone who had never really experienced any kind of joystick locomotion in VR, it was incredible. Like, you could walk from one end to the rec center and you were zooming. It was wonderful. You got some speed. So just that really sticks out as when Rec Room went from kind of just an experience to something you could run and jump around with your friends, and then when combined with the climbing update. I like the locomotion in this game.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving on, our next question comes in from Werewolf over on Discord. They ask, what is our favorite video that we've recorded? Now I know SoulFox and I have both recorded lots of videos, and there are a couple that stick out in my mind, and since SoulFox is here, I'm going to mention one that I did record with him. This was quite early on. Well, I know I'm still early in terms of being a YouTuber, but this was quite early on in my video making career. With a short pun, as I am a fan of puns, for those of you who watch my channel, where I was a therapist and SoulFox was my patient. And
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And the question was, so you're afraid of therapists? How does that make you feel? Wherein then it zoomed in on SoulFox's face, he looked at me and screamed and ran off. And then I threw a clipboard at him.
You did.
I'm not entirely sure the purpose of that video, but it is one that exists on my channel. If I'm not lazy, I may link it in the description, but those who know me know I don't always keep up my promises. But no, that was fun. First of all, it was my first time ever working with anyone big or larger in the Rec Room community, because at the time I was fairly unknown. I'm still not nearly as well known as you there, SoulFox, but it was my first time working with anyone like that, and I just had a blast filming it, and it taught me how to interact with people in a more respectful manner, because SoulFox is someone I respect and look up to, so I wanted to bring forth a professional stance, so kind of taught me how to act there, and we did have fun on the set of that video. More recently, a video that I had a blast making was my max level skit, which I put out not too long ago, where it was playing fun at the new level 50 level cap within Rec Room. We equated it to climbing a rock wall, and then there was a big rock wall at the end. I just had fun making it, tons of bloopers. I put a blooper reel up. It was just a lot of fun making that skit. I had fun with my actors. What would your favorite video be?
A favorite, so I got two of mine. So normally whenever I record Rec Room, I love recording with like a big group of people. Like that's it. It's just what makes it a lot of fun. Whenever I record solo, it's it's different. Like, I tend to laugh at my own stuff just because that's just how I am in life too. Like, if I find something funny, I laugh. Like, that's how it is. So, let's see. With the multiplayer stuff, especially in Rec Room, I love whenever we do Soul Guard videos, and Soul Guard are like my little close knit group of friends. And anytime we need something done in a game, I'm like, hey, let's go and do this. Everybody groups up and we go and record. But anytime there is a murder mystery that is released, is our favorite thing to do. Like recently, we found out about Among Us in VR inside of Rec Room, and so I wrote into our chat and I said, hey, guard, like pinged everybody. I was like, who's ready to stab each other in the back? And everybody instantly gets on. They're like, yes, let's do it. When? Where? Like, it's a lot of fun because we're like, everybody there trusts each other. And that's what makes those games so much more difficult, because everybody's trying to be nice, they're trying to be kind to each other. And then somebody gets stabbed in the back and all chaos breaks loose and nobody trusts each other for a week. It's like, it's great. As for like the solo videos, I love exploring new games, but my favorite thing to do solo is Electronauts. I know I don't do it a lot, but going and just making music, because there'll be times where I record for like an hour and I get nothing out of it, and I'm like, okay, at least I have fun. And then, I'll do it, a week or so later, record it, and there's like one song I'm like, I could actually vibe to this. I could actually like, I could put this on, I could jam to it, like, this is it. So I love whenever it turns out like that, because you go in there not knowing what you're gonna make, and then something beautiful comes out of it, and it's like, that was awesome. That was fun. So that's my answers.
So with the mystery contest in Rec Room happening currently, I bet you're excited for all the murder mystery rooms that are going to release in a couple of weeks. Hands
down, my all-time favorite contest that has ever been announced. Like, I am... Words cannot express how excited I am. Like, there's going to be so much stuff. And I love contests, especially in Rec Room, but like, I have such a difficult time keeping up because there's so many rooms and like so many amazing rooms. Like, I try to focus primarily on games, story, and PvP a little bit if I really find it interesting. But normally I love just finding games and stories, but there's so many good ones that I fall behind in contests, like whenever they come out. And that's why you'll see videos from the past contests come out like a month or so later on my channel, because it takes a while to catch up to them because they're always so amazing. But yeah, this contest... Oh man, there's gonna be so many. I am so very excited about this one.
Yeah, so am I. Okay. Our next question comes in from Archie Vader. They ask, what do you do outside of VR? Now, I'm gonna throw this one over to Soul and find out what he does first.
Yeah, so, to be, like, 100% honest with you, outside of making videos, doing streams and all, I don't have, like, a lot of spare time. So, like, my little bit of spare time that I do have, I spend time with my fiance. She's about to be my wife. We're gonna get married next month. But, we spend time together, we hang out with our dog, our cat, and that's pretty much it. We play games, watch movies, go on walks, like, just family life. That's pretty much it.
Aw. How quaint.
Thank you.
Yeah, outside of VR, I am a university student, so that takes up a big chunk of my time. Again, big portion of my time is taken up by VR as well, but when I'm not, spend time with my girlfriend, do couple things, went to an apple orchard over the weekend, stuff like that. Spend time with the family. Yeah, nothing terribly exciting, yeah. Movies again,
No.
yeah. Watch movies,
Yeah,
play
I
other
get that.
games. Yeah, so. Yep, that's what we do. It's so exciting.
Yeah, we play VR, we go spend time with our family, we live. That's about it. That's it.
Moving on. Energetic Ruth says our next question. They ask, what new skill did you gain since becoming a VR content creator? I'm gonna take this question first. So, in the past, I did dabble with some, video creation. Well, quite a while ago, I did some videos that, no one will ever see, and for good reason. But then, towards the, end of my middle school career, high school, beginning, I tried to do some Twitch stuff. Some people who are particularly good internet detectives, they have found my Twitch channel, which I then quickly made private and deleted all the content on it because I wasn't too happy that people had found it. But that taught me how to do the basics, so recording and stuff like that. So VR content creation, I learned really the meaning of good microphones and camera angles. Having clear audio and a good camera shot that's not obstructed or tilted, which is something you don't need to worry about in regular video game recording. That's a big thing I've learned. Also, I've learned how to speak to people more professionally. Was that English? Yeah.
No, that's it.
That was right, yeah. Yeah, professional language in terms of even just communicating on Discord or via email, and then when you're in game, talking to people professionally. Something I was always good at, but I've perfected and honed that skill. I think that's helped because I've started VR content creation. What have you learned?
Okay, so I've learned a few things, just a few, but I guess some of the big ones for me are finding your own style. You know, back in the day, I dabbled in YouTube. I had 2 other channels before this, and it was more like, you know, I wanted to just do funny moments. I just wanted to do this. I wanted to be like, you know, some of the big ones like Vanoss and KOR Speed. Like, that's what I watched. I'm like, okay, I can do this with my friends. And we play these games, and you know, we did stuff like that. And then moving on, I learned more about like the technical side of things. You know, mic quality, like you said, and hearing my old self on the Oculus. Like, I never thought I had a bad mic then. Like, I thought it was fine. Then I switched the index. I'm like, wow, that did sound really bad. Like, that just like the comparison of it did not do well with my voice. Like, it just was not good. I'm about to sneeze. I apologize. Alright. I'm good.
We're just rolling. We're going with it.
That's been creeping up on me for like a long time. I'm good.
Oh.
You're good. We're all good.
No.
Speaking to people, like, live streaming. I'm a very quiet person, or at least I used to be, maybe like 2 years ago. Like, very, very quiet, very soft-spoken. Like, just, I did not speak up a lot. I didn't have that confidence, but like trying to communicate with people a lot. It's helped me a lot, especially with live streaming. Like, I love being able to like read chat, talk to people directly. VR helped out a lot with that, because whenever you talk to somebody, they're not just, you know, moving around like this as you would with a video game. It's like you see their actual motions, and it feels more personal. Like you're seeing the person almost face to face, even though it's their virtual world. It's like seeing them like that. And then marketing. That is something I never thought I would ever pick up. But like trying to, the way I describe it, I just had to talk to my younger brother. He's wanting to go into marketing and like working with a big video game company and stuff like that. And I was like, man, if I ever back in the day sent out an email to EA and be like, hey, how y'all doing? I saw your new game. Let's work together. Let's figure something out. I don't think I would ever get anything back from them. Like, it's just, that's how it is. They're like this huge company. But with VR, well, a lot of these companies are like small teams, and they work like around the clock tirelessly on their stuff. So they're very passionate about it. They're very proud of it. And so I'll reach out to them like, hey, let's work on something. Can we like have this open communication? And talking with them like has given me more, like the way you put it, it's helped me speak to people more professionally. Like, I don't just write an email like, hey, how you doing? Like, it's like I'll make sure to construct things properly so it comes off as kind and courteous. Like, I'm trying to like actually work with these people. Like, I want a partnership with them. Like, I want us to both gain something out of it. So yeah, that speech has been a big one, like a huge one.
Just piggybacking off of that real quick, I think if I think back to the first message I sent you on Discord, I have refined the way I communicate on Discord, but if I look back, I think I sent you like a full-blown paragraph. Like, Dear Mr. SoulFoxGaming, I hope this message finds you well. I think I kind of dove into it too much in the beginning. I was sending huge paragraphs to people just to ask them to, like, be in a video. So yeah, being in VR and content creation has refined those skills, so I know what's just the right amount of professionalism. Don't need to go and write them an essay just to ask them to be in a video. Just
talk to them. Yeah, it's like, I definitely do try to keep that manner, but 9 times out of 10, if somebody hits me up on Discord, you're gonna get back howdy. Like, I'll be like, that's just, I'm not gonna keep professional. I'm like, hey, howdy, how you doing? Like, that's just, that's how I speak. But it's,
All right. Alright, our next question comes from Dark, spelled with the number 4, over on Discord. They ask, favorite, paintball or laser tag?
Okay.
I want to see what Soul says first.
Okay. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. They're both phenomenal games, like classic standards in Rec Room. I love Spillway. Isn't Spillway the one that has like the red piping on the inside of the two building? Okay. Love Spillway. All-time favorite paintball map. But there is nothing more satisfying than chunking a grenade across the map and laser tag and blowing up bots and like two people. So I gotta say laser tag. I love it. It gets very intense, especially whenever people keep reviving each other in like one little pit. And so you're fighting, you revive, you go down, you revive. I love laser tag for that reason. So laser tag.
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I know.
Shocking.
Definitely my favorite would be paintball. I like just since paintball's one-hit kills, you can just go from one end of the map, and if you're a really good player, or you even see a really good player, they can just walk down like the middle of a map, just with like 2 pistols, and just obliterate an entire team right in the span of like 8 seconds. Just boom, they're all dead. And if you get someone from like the laser tag league who's great with grenades, you take out tons of people with grenade throws. Being friends with some of the paintball league players, they're incredible with how they throw. They can time grenades perfectly. I don't think I've ever killed anyone with a grenade, ever, in any game mode.
You gotta work. You gotta cook it, man. You gotta like grab it, drop it, grab it again, and cook it. You wait. That's how you do your distance.
It's either I cook it too long and I throw it and it explodes in midair, or I don't cook long enough and then it just lands at their feet and they just casually walk away from it.
I mean, if I've learned anything from Call of Duty, it's how to cook a grenade. So like that's whenever I started playing, I'm like, oh, you can actually cook it. I was so excited about that. So, but what is it? The paintball league players you mentioned. We had one join our game the other day when I was streaming. His name's Rec A Team. I think he was actually in Film Academy whenever I was teaching, and terrifying, like downright scary. Like, whew. And then they come out with the golden pistol. I'm like, all right, you just, whoo. Please take these.
I know.
Now, do you have like any favorite weapon in paintball, or any combination, anything like that?
I just really like dual pistols in paintball.
I'm with you. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Even in other PvP maps, if you have an option to somehow obtain 2 pistols, even if there's shotguns and other weapons, I'm gonna stick with 2 pistols.
Yeah, it's solid. It's nice.
Yep. So. We didn't really close the debate on which one is better, so let me know in the comments. What is your favorite? Laser tag or paintball? Let us know. Obviously. Paintball.
Right.
Paintball.
It's not.
Moving on. Our final question comes in again from Werewolf. They ask, if you were given the chance, what would you want to do differently with your YouTube channel? I'm going to throw this one over to Soul to start.
Okay. So what would I do differently? I think the biggest thing is trying to find my personal style. Like, video-wise, I think I'm kind of still on the same path. I make just daft videos, have a good time with it, laugh at myself, laugh at everything that's happening. That's just how I enjoy the game. Creatively, like, I would want to try to work on that more, especially with thumbnails. If you go back maybe, I want to say 5 months, you will see the big change in it. I went from like this one style where it was just like big bold letters all over the text, over the thumbnail, and from there I changed to more like where a lot of YouTubers were using, where it's like this super colorful background and one thing's popping out at you, and it's fine, it works for a lot of people, but for me, after a while, it's like this just doesn't look necessarily right to me, and so I kept moving, and then finally I settled on like what I have now, where it's like you have this primary image in the middle, and maybe like 1 or 2 things behind it, and then you have like a blurred background, and then I wanted to make something very distinctive, so it didn't matter if I was playing Rec Room or not, people would know it's my videos, and that's why I started putting like my logo down at the bottom, and that took me a while to figure out how to like make that look like acceptable to me. I don't know if everybody else like enjoys it, doesn't enjoy it, but that to me, that was like what I wanted to go for, and so if I could do that earlier, I would have loved to have that earlier. So
yeah, hearing you talk about that, I did come up with a couple of things I would actually do differently. First thing I would do is, looking back at my videos where I only had very few subscribers, I shouldn't have been, I acted more professional than I should have been. Like, I was trying to act like a big YouTube star, and I'm still technically no one on YouTube. So, yeah, I think I would have just kind of wanted to have more fun with things instead of being so rigid, and I had a format in the beginning where I'd show my skit that I recorded, and then I'd do this very formal outro where I'd talk about things, and that just never really worked. And now I've ditched the outro, and things are more fun. I have a fun little outro card that I'll play at the end of this video, even just with fun little music that I chose. So I would have wanted to do that more in the beginning instead of trying to act like big and fancy.
Yeah.
And also,
it's... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. Another thing, you talked about thumbnails. Yeah, definitely. I still really haven't thought of a way to make thumbnails. My thumbnails are all very... I take a screenshot from one of the frames in the video, slap that up on Photoshop and blur it, and then I pick a font and put the name of the video and some big text, add an outline to the text, and slap the Rec Room logo onto it. And while that looks uniform, all of my videos have a very uniform thumbnail, not very... like anything, just kind of text. But yeah, I would have and still want to find a good way to make thumbnails, but that boils down to my laziness. I could take the time to make a nice thumbnail and outline an image of something and then put my PNC logo in the corner. I'm gonna ignore my hand.
Just go on for a walk, it's fine.
So yeah, no, thumbnails. Would have and still want to figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's kind of more like a along the lines of a journey type thing. It's not just, it doesn't just, you know, happen. Sometimes it's just, you think about it for a while and you're like, okay, this could work. Maybe I'll refine it, work on it a little bit. And it's, like I said, it took me a while. I remember that was like a big thing I used to talk to Miss Fox about. I was like, if I could just figure out what in the world I want this to look like, I'd be happy with what I'm making. Like, it was something that, like, and it sounds crazy to stress out over a thumbnail, but that was something that, like, was on my mind a lot on how I was going to make it look. But once you find your style, you've got it. Like, you can stick with it, and sure, it will adapt and change over time, but for the most part, once you find it, it's yours. Like, it's your own customization on the matter.
I think what will finally solidify my style of thumbnail is, for a while now, I've been trying to get some sort of logo made for my channel, because right now, all of my profile pictures on all my Pooks socials is the wonderful artwork that Dragon Rat Tiger drew for me, one of the users on Rec Room, of my character sipping a glass of lemonade. And while I like that image, I want more of a logo that's more wide than rather just Rec Room. So I think once I flesh out what that looks like and I have that as an image, then if I can put that in the corner of my video or like in the background somewhere, and then I think that'll help once I have something to build my thumbnails around that makes it mine and not just a generic thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely something I learned when I had my second channel. It was based solely upon this game, the thumbnail, or not thumbnail, like my my icon or my logo. And so whenever I got this one, I wanted to be like, if I enjoy a game, that's awesome, I can stick with it, but I want to be able to like branch out and like see what else there is, so I don't want to just be tied to one specific thing always. So I think you got the right idea with it.
Okay. Alright, thank you all for watching this installment of the Pooks Cast. I had a wonderful time. Thank you, big thank you to SoulFoxGaming for appearing as my guest co-host on today. And a blast working with you, as always.
As always, Miz, I appreciate it. Like, it's always fun to hang out with you, so thanks for having me.
You can find links to SoulFox's YouTube channel in the description below. Make sure to go give him a sub if you're not subscribed to me as well. Like that too. Do all that fun YouTube stuff. Commenting, liking, sharing. Tell grandma. Yeah, maybe she'll like to watch me. Who knows?
Tell your grandma.
Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Pooks, been with SoulFox, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!